Okay, let's put this in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. In 1983, I started my career as a writer from a high school paper at Dalhousie Regional High in northern New Brunswick. I was writing entertainment. When I went to college, NBCC Woodstock, I was writing regular columns on TV and movies. When I started as a journalist, I didn't start right away. I started covering lots of entertainment, became the first sports reporter and editor in New Brunswick history to also write a movie and TV column. The movie column was called Screenshots. The TV column was called Remote Control, and it was published in a myriad of publications for the Irving Group in New Brunswick. How it worked out with my coverage of the Grammys and the Oscars and the Emmys and everything together. I would do a review of primarily the Emmys and the Oscars for either my Tuesday column or my Friday column, depending on what was in. And sometimes it showed up in the Advertiser, which was the second publication of the Bugle Observer in Woodstock, when I was editor there. At no time when I was writing this, I said to myself, well, in the future, maybe they won't give out the Best Picture award at the Oscars at the last, but they'll condescend to a certain group who are obsessed with the death of, don't get me wrong, a very talented actor, but he should not be the main focus of the show. The movie should be. Now, Chadwick Boseman, a great actor, did a lot of good parts. Jackie Robinson, the Black Panther, and everything in between, was nominated for Best Actor against Anthony Hopkins. Okay. Nomadland with Frances McDormand, probably one of the best rural movies or Easy Rider movies of the modern generation, since Easy Rider was deserving as Best Picture. However, that award was not given out at the end of the night. Around 15 minutes before the end of the show, the beautiful and talented and exotic, I've always found her beautiful, Rita Moreno, came out to make a speech. And I'm thinking, hey, this is the Best Actress thing. That's nice to have her. Best Supporting. But on the left-hand side, I see a sign that said Best Picture. And I said to myself, they're not going to try this. I know in Peter Finch in 1977 and Heath Ledger later on with the Joker, his family members were there to accept the award, but that wasn't the last award of the night. He died soon after they were nominated, okay, or possibly. So Rita mentions Nomadland. Frances McDormand gives her world speech. That should have been the end of the climax of the show. Then we have Take a Break, Renée Zellweger making her 5 nominee speech. Frances McDormand wins, no surprise there. Then we get, again, the battle between Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and Anthony Hopkins for The Father. Now, if anybody out there knows my connection with Anthony Hopkins, I did a lot of stories on Legends of the Fall in the mid-1990s when an actor from New Brunswick, Paul Desmond, was starring with Brad Pitt and Hopkins and everybody else in the show. Okay. Very good performance, both of them. But the odds of Anthony Hopkins winning was a little bit higher than Chadwick Boseman winning. I know with Black Lives Matter and all the social justice, that's all well and good. But if he was going to win, he's going to win. Just because you're wishing to win. It seemed like a draw for higher ratings because ratings have been true to tank for the Oscars over the last 15 years. It seemed, disingenuous. What you should do, okay, this is the first time it's ever been happened where Best Picture is and Best Director was right at the start, which is just terrible. Maybe you knew that the director of Nomadland was going to win. Anyway, as an Aboriginal person from New Brunswick, I understand the battle that people of color have across North America. Chadwick Boseman fought for better parts for people, black people, brown people, yellow people, red people, all people of color, and that should be celebrated and brought forth. However, to take advantage of his fans and to sucker them in like that, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know what they're trying to do. A regular viewer of the Oscars who's never heard of Chadwick Boseman is turning that on. And some of them are black people too, saying, what the heck is going on here? Why is Best Picture? 50, and it ran over besides. It ran over. So between the pregame and the full show running over, it should have been at least a 5-hour show as compared to your typical 4 hours and 15 minutes in previous years. I remember many years ago when it started at 9 o'clock, it only got done 1:30 in the morning, and I suffered, sleep deprivation the next day. Now, did Chadwick Boseman deserve to win? Did Anthony Hopkins deserve to win? Anybody who's nominated deserves to win because you're in the top 5. But you don't know how the vote's going to go. It might split. Gary Oldman might have split the vote a little bit. Who knows? But to basically change the rules to manipulate the ratings and manipulate the audience is disingenuous and is insulting. The Academy is no, high echelon thing. They have their mistakes, just like the Golden Globes. But you know how many Canadians have won an Oscar, ladies and gentlemen? We've been discriminated against as a country, made fun of. Christopher Plummer and a few others have won. All the great Canadian actors don't win an Oscar. If a Canadian gets nominated for Best Actor, you think they're going to hold back Best Picture, hoping half of Canada is going to watch? Of course not. Like I said, you can go too far with something, and he went too far. It was not to support Black Lives Matter. It was a sucker move to get better ratings, to put it at a last, hoping he's going to win. We all saw his beautiful wife's beautiful speech at the Globes. She probably would have gave a similar speech because Chadwick and Chadwick's wife had a big connection relating what Chadwick wanted to do in his career. All fine and good. But Anthony Hopkins, a top 5 actor of all time, male or female. Frances McDermott, top 5. So 2 of the greatest actors of all time got the Oscar the same night. That should have been the story. Not a black actor who unfortunately left us way too soon, but just like Peter Finch and Heath Ledger and different actors through the years, some actors die early. James Dean, ladies and gentlemen. Did he hold back the Best Picture back in the day for Giant because James Dean was nominated thinking he might win? Of course not. Like I said, if they're not holding it back for James Dean, you're holding back at Chadwick Boseman. There's something going on. So the right-wingers out there are going to be on their high horse. The left-winger is going to be a high horse. Me, I'm a centrist. And I basically tell you from where I stand as an award-winning movie, TV, sports, news, editorial columnist, it's stunk of ratings grab. That's all I want to say. Chadwick Boseman, all these great movies, I encourage people to watch them, especially the Jackie Robinson movie. Anthony Hopkins, even the crappy movies that did start his career, change the seasons, and the old stuff like The Bunker and the Lindbergh movie, go watch it. Frances McDermott, all her great parts, especially Fargo, go watch it. Viola Davis, who could have defeated McDermott. She has such a great amount of parts. These are all talented people. But when 2 of the greatest actors of all time win on the same night, that is the story. Let us focus on the true story. Okay? This is almost like when Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn had a chance to win in the same year. You know what I'm talking about. Henry Fonda and Katharine Hepburn from Golden Pond. That was well deserving. It was kind of similar, even though it's not the same movie. But by the way, Nomadland, extremely underrated movie. It's going to be a classic from now until the time, because as people get older, they'll relate to the movie. Anyway, on April 26, 2021, the night that Kenny Omega won his third title, the first triple world champion in quite some time, and the premiere of the Roddy Piper documentary, and the Oscars and everything else. Boys, it was a busy night last night for journalists. And of course, Cole Caulfield coming in for the Montreal Canadiens. That's another story. So as we say in journalism, have yourself a busy weekend, as we like to say. Have a good day. Bye.